To effectively reduce swelling in your legs and feet, you must adopt a daily routine that actively supports your circulatory system, and the first and most critical action involves using gravity to your advantage. First, elevate your legs above your heart. Swelling in the lower extremities, known as peripheral edema, is often caused by the inability of your veins to efficiently pump fluid back up to your heart against the pull of gravity. Throughout the day, as you sit or stand, gravity pulls blood and interstitial fluid downward where it collects in the tissues of your ankles and feet. To counteract this, you must physically reverse the angle of your body. Mere elevation is often done incorrectly. Placing your feet on a footstool while sitting in a chair does not provide sufficient drainage because your hips are still bent and your feet are not high enough. For this habit to be effective, your feet must be elevated above the level of your heart. This position uses gravity to drain the fluid out of the lower limbs and back into the central circulation, where the kidneys can process and eliminate it. You should aim to perform this action 3 times every day. The best times are mid-morning, mid-afternoon, and right before bed. Lie flat on a sofa or bed. Use firm pillows or a specially designed foam leg wedge. Stack the pillows so that your heels are elevated significantly, creating a downward slope from your feet to your hips. Your legs should be supported comfortably under the calves and knees to prevent strain on the back of the knees. Remain in this position for at least 20 minutes. It takes time for the fluid that has seeped into the tissues to be reabsorbed into the vessels and drain away. During this time, relax your body completely. This is not just rest, it is a mechanical treatment for your veins. By consistently unloading the veins in this manner, you reduce the pressure that causes the swelling in the first place. Over time, this habit prevents the fluid from hardening in the tissues, which can happen with chronic, untreated swelling. 2. Perform the calf pump exercise. Your circulatory system relies heavily on the muscles in your lower legs to move blood. The calf muscle is often referred to by doctors as the second heart. Every time your calf muscle contracts, it squeezes the deep veins inside the leg, pushing blood upward. When you are sedentary, this pump is inactive, leading to stagnation and swelling. You must manually activate this pump daily through specific movements. The most effective movement is the ankle pump. You can do this while sitting or while lying down during your elevation time. Extend your legs straight out. Point your toes firmly away from your body like a ballet dancer, feeling the stretch along the top of the foot and the contraction in the calf. Hold for a brief second, then flex your foot firmly backward, pulling your toes toward your shin. You should feel a strong stretch in the calf muscle. Repeat this flexion and extension motion 30 times for each foot. Do not rush the movement. A slow, deliberate squeeze is more effective than a fast, jerky motion. Perform this set of 30 repetitions at least 3 times a day. This exercise mimics the muscle action of walking and forces fluid out of the lower leg. In addition to the up and down pumping, perform ankle rotations. Rotate your ankles in slow, wide circles. Do 10 clockwise circles and 10 counterclockwise circles. This helps mobilize fluid that has settled around the ankle joint itself, keeping the tendons flexible and the joint space clear of excess fluid. This is particularly helpful for seniors who may have limited mobility, as it allows for circulation support without impact or weight-bearing stress. 3. Walk with a heel-to-toe motion. While specific exercises are good, general movement is essential. Prolonged sitting or standing is the enemy of circulation. To keep swelling down, you must break up periods of inactivity with frequent, short walks. The goal is not to walk until you are exhausted, but to walk frequently enough to keep the fluid moving. Aim to get up and move every hour. Even a 5-minute walk around your home is beneficial. When you walk, focus on your technique. Strike the ground with your heel first, then roll through the foot and push off with your toes. This rolling motion maximizes the contraction of the calf muscle, engaging the pump mechanism we discussed earlier. Shuffling or walking flat-footed reduces the effectiveness of the muscle pump. By walking with a deliberate heel-to-toe strike, you ensure that every step actively assists your veins. If you have balance issues, hold onto a counter or use a walker, but maintain the foot movement. This consistent, low-intensity activity prevents blood from pooling and keeps the vessel walls elastic. If you are watching television, use the commercial breaks as a signal to stand up and march in place. Lifting your knees high while marching engages the muscles in the thighs and hips as well, stimulating circulation throughout the entire lower limb. This habit of frequent movement prevents the heavy, tight feeling that develops after hours of sitting in a chair. 4. Practice strategic hydration. It is a common misconception that drinking water causes water retention. In reality, the opposite is true. When you are dehydrated, your body perceives a water shortage. In response, it triggers a survival mechanism to hold on to every drop of fluid it has, storing it in the tissues. This leads to swelling. To release this stored water, you must convince your body that it has an ample supply of hydration. You must drink water consistently throughout the day. Do not wait until you feel thirsty, as thirst is a late sign of dehydration, especially in older adults whose thirst mechanism may be diminished. Keep a glass of water near your favorite chair and take small sips frequently. Proper hydration also supports kidney function. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering out excess sodium and waste products. If you do not provide enough water, the kidneys cannot flush out the sodium effectively. The sodium then accumulates, drawing more water into the tissues. Monitor your hydration by checking the color of your urine. It should be a pale, straw-colored yellow. If it is dark or amber-colored, you are dehydrated and need to increase your fluid intake. While water is the best option, herbal teas and clear broths also contribute to your fluid intake. Avoid sugary sodas and limit caffeine, as these do not support hydration in the same beneficial way. By maintaining a steady intake of water, you signal your body to release the retained fluid, naturally reducing the swelling in your legs. 5. Conduct a sodium audit. Sodium is the primary dietary driver of fluid retention. Sodium acts like a magnet for water. When there is excess sodium in your bloodstream, your body holds on to water to dilute it. This increases the volume of blood and fluid in your body, increasing pressure in the veins and forcing fluid out into the tissues of the legs and feet. Many seniors believe they are on a low-salt diet because they do not use the salt shaker at the table. However, the vast majority of sodium intake comes from processed and packaged foods, not table salt. You must become vigilant about reading food labels. Sodium is hidden in foods that do not necessarily taste salty. Bread and bakery products are significant sources of sodium. A single slice of bread can contain a large amount of salt used for preservation and flavor. Canned soups and vegetables are also notoriously high in sodium. Even sweet items like breakfast cereals and pastries can contain high levels of sodium. Processed meats, such as deli turkey, ham, sausages and hot dogs, are cured with salt and should be strictly limited. Condiments are another hidden trap. Soy sauce, ketchup, salad dressings, and barbecue sauce are concentrated sources of sodium. Switch to low-sodium versions or use natural flavorings. Lemon juice, vinegar, garlic, onions, and fresh herbs provide excellent flavor without the fluid-retaining side effects. Aim to keep your daily sodium intake under 2,000 milligrams, or lower if advised by your doctor. By reducing sodium, you remove the chemical force that holds water in your body. Within a few days of lowering sodium intake, many people notice a significant increase in urination as the body releases the excess water it no longer needs to hold. 6. Increase potassium-rich foods. Potassium acts as the natural antidote to sodium. While sodium pulls water into the cells, potassium helps pump it out. It relaxes the walls of the blood vessels, lowering blood pressure and protecting against muscle cramping. Increasing your potassium intake is a powerful dietary strategy to reduce swelling. Focus on incorporating high potassium foods into every meal. Bananas are the most famous source, but they are not the only one. Sweet potatoes are an excellent source of potassium and are easy to prepare and digest. Baking or steaming sweet potatoes preserves their nutrient content better than boiling. Leafy green vegetables, such as spinach and Swiss chard, are nutrient powerhouses. Cooking these greens reduces their volume, allowing you to eat a larger portion and get more potassium. For example, a cup of cooked spinach provides a significant amount of your daily requirement. White beans and lentils are also rich in potassium and provide fiber, which aids in overall digestion and health. Tomatoes and tomato products, like tomato paste or sauce, are concentrated sources of potassium. However, be careful to choose low-sodium versions of tomato sauce. Melons, such as cantaloupe and honeydew, as well as oranges and apricots, are refreshing fruit options that help balance your electrolytes. By raising your potassium levels through whole foods, you help your kidneys excrete sodium more efficiently, directly reducing the fluid load in your legs. 7. Incorporate magnesium-rich foods. Magnesium is a mineral that is essential for proper circulation and muscle function. A deficiency in magnesium can contribute to edema and water retention. Magnesium helps to keep the blood vessels soft and flexible, allowing for better blood flow. It also helps relax the muscles, preventing the cramps and stiffness that often accompany swollen legs. Include magnesium-rich foods in your daily diet. Nuts and seeds are among the best sources. Almonds, cashews, and pumpkin seeds can be eaten as a snack or sprinkled over oatmeal or yogurt. If chewing nuts is difficult, almond butter or other nut butters are excellent alternatives that still provide the mineral benefits. Whole grains are another good source. Brown rice, quinoa, and oats contain much more magnesium than their refined white counterparts. Making the switch to whole grains is a simple change that supports your circulation. Dark chocolate, in moderation, also contains magnesium. Choose chocolate with a high percentage of cocoa, 70% or higher, for the most benefit with the least sugar. Legumes, such as black beans and chickpeas, provide magnesium along with protein and fiber. Adding these to soups or salads is an easy way to boost your intake. Magnesium supplements are available, but getting minerals from food is generally safer and ensures you get a complex of nutrients. By ensuring you have adequate magnesium, you support the structural health of your veins and the efficiency of your circulation. 8. Optimize your footwear and clothing. External compression and restriction play a huge role in swelling. You must examine what you wear every day. Tight clothing can act like a tourniquet, restricting the flow of blood and lymph fluid back to the torso. The most common culprits are socks with tight elastic bands at the top. Check your legs after removing your socks. If you see a deep indentation or red ring on your calf, your socks are too tight. This constriction prevents fluid from leaving the foot. Switch to diabetic socks or socks specifically designed for circulation. These are woven to stay up without digging into the skin. They are loose-fitting and non-binding. Also, be mindful of tight waistbands on pants or skirts. The groin area contains major blood vessels and lymph nodes that drain the legs. Tight clothing at the waist can impede this drainage. Choose clothing with adjustable waistbands or soft elastic fabrics that do not constrict your midsection. Your shoes must also accommodate the natural fluctuations in foot size. Feet are typically largest in the evening due to gravity. Shoes that fit in the morning may be too tight by dinner. Tight shoes compress the tissues and veins, making swelling worse. Wear shoes with a wide toe box that allows your toes to spread. Avoid shoes with narrow points or rigid materials. Adjustable closures, like Velcro or laces, allow you to loosen the shoe as the day progresses, maintaining comfort and circulation. 9. Perform gentle lymphatic massage. You can physically assist the movement of fluid through gentle massage. The lymphatic system, which helps clear fluid from tissues, runs just beneath the surface of the skin. It does not have a central pump like the heart. It relies on movement and external pressure. You can stimulate this system with your hands. The technique is very specific. You must always stroke upward toward the heart. Never push downward toward the feet. Start at the toes and foot. Use your palms and fingers to apply gentle sweeping strokes up over the ankle and up the shin and calf. The pressure should be light and rhythmic, like smoothing a bedsheet. You are not massaging deep muscle knots. You are moving surface fluid. Perform this massage for 5 to 10 minutes on each leg. It is best done in the evening, perhaps while you are elevating your legs. You can use a lotion or oil to prevent friction. This not only helps with fluid drainage, but also keeps the skin of your legs healthy. Swollen skin can become dry, stretched, and fragile. Keeping it moisturized prevents cracks and potential infections. Pay attention to the area behind the knee. This is a cluster point for lymph nodes. Gently stroking upward behind the knee helps clear the pathway for fluid coming up from the calf. This daily habit of self-care provides immediate relief from the feeling of tightness and heaviness. 10. Use cool water therapy. Heat causes blood vessels to dilate, widen, which can allow more fluid to leak into tissues. Cold, on the other hand, causes vessels to constrict, narrow, which can help push fluid out and reduce inflammation. If your feet feel hot, tight and puffy at the end of the day, cool water therapy can be very effective. Soak your feet in a basin of cool water for 10 to 15 minutes. The water does not need to be ice cold. Comfortable, cool tap water is sufficient. The hydrostatic pressure of the water combined with the cool temperature helps reduce swelling. Avoid hot baths, hot tubs, or saunas if you have significant swelling, as the heat will likely make the problem worse. If you shower, finish with a spray of cool water on your legs. This invigorates the veins and encourages them to tighten up. Alternatively, you can use cool compresses. Wet a towel with cool water, wring it out, and wrap it loosely around your ankles while you elevate your legs. This combines the benefits of cooling and elevation. It is a soothing way to end the day and prepares your legs for a night of rest. 11. Prioritize deep breathing. It may seem unrelated, but how you breathe affects your legs. Deep diaphragmatic breathing creates a pressure change in your abdomen and chest that acts like a vacuum, pulling blood and lymph fluid up from the lower body. Shallow chest breathing does not provide this benefit. Practice deep belly breathing for a few minutes every day. Lie down or sit comfortably. Place your hand on your stomach. Inhale deeply through your nose, trying to push your hand up with your belly. Hold the breath for a moment, then exhale slowly and completely. This belly breathing stimulates the lymphatic system centrally. Since the main lymphatic vessel, the thoracic duct, runs through the chest and abdomen, deep breathing effectively pumps this vessel, clearing the way for fluid to drain from the legs. It also lowers stress, which helps balance hormones that regulate fluid retention. 12. Establish a consistent routine. The key to success with these natural methods is consistency. Doing these things once or twice will offer little benefit. You must build them into your daily life until they become automatic habits. Create a schedule for yourself. Morning. Drink a glass of water immediately. Eat a breakfast with oats, magnesium, and a banana, potassium. Midday. Take short walks every hour. Wear your loose-fitting socks. Afternoon. Lie down and elevate your legs for 20 minutes. Drink water. Evening. Eat a low-sodium dinner. Perform ankle pumps while reading or watching TV. Night. Do a gentle leg massage and sleep with legs slightly elevated if comfortable. By layering these habits, you attack the swelling from every angle: mechanical, nutritional, and physical. You stop feeding the swelling with sodium and dehydration, and you start actively removing it with elevation, movement, and nutrients. This approach empowers you to manage your conditions safely and effectively. It reduces the discomfort and stiffness that limits your mobility, allowing you to stay active and independent. If you found this information helpful, Consider sharing this video with a friend or family member over 50 who might be struggling with swollen legs. Subscribe to the channel for more practical, senior-friendly health guides.